Okay, so repeating this process, we need to do the bottom half of the spoon. So again, we've turned it to the side view, and we need to go over to the left-hand toolbar, click on the right plane, and get it to sketch on here. It's important you do that, or it won't know exactly where it's supposed to be sketching. Remember, we used our spline tool before, and we drew a shape. So what I'm going to do this time is try and give it the bottom a sort of curve that will go very similar to the one on the top. So you can see I'm following some of the contours that we've already drawn on the top of the spoon, and I'm adding them to the bottom. Okay. And again, if you close the spline down, it will then let you go and pick up these nodes and move them about. Remember, they need to be inside the material of the spoon and not hanging off the edge of it. I've also gone out of the edges here just to make sure I haven't missed any of the material that I'm trying to cut away. So you can see what I'm trying to cut. Now we need to make it into a cookie shape. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use the line tool and draw some lines away from the spline that just create as a solid shape like a cookie cutter that's going to press through this green material. We need to now get it to extrude, cut, okay? Like before, it's only going to cut through a small section, so if I turn this around, you can see what it's done. It's got a very small area, which is not much use to us. So I'm going to edit this extrusion over here, and I'm going to tell it again to go completely through one side, but also turn on direction 2, so it cuts through this side. So now it's cut both ways. Hopefully it's cut my shape out. Now you notice the spoon has got some very weird flat bits on it. That's probably where the node didn't quite go to the edge of the material. So what I will need to do is go and edit that to get rid of those. So go back onto your sketch, open it up over here, go onto the edit sketch feature and just move those. So I'm going to move that node along a bit to try and get rid of that flat bit that I put in there. If you can't move it enough, what you could do is right click on the spline and actually add a node. You can see here it says insert spline point. So you can actually click and add another node or as many nodes as you wish along this spline tool. Close this down and then I can move these nodes about. Okay, so grabbing that node gives me a little bit more control on what I'm trying to do. So get rid of the flat bits and then we can edit it and hopefully that's made us a much better spoon. Okay. Now we've got our finished spoon, we can of course decorate it any way we want to. You could, if you wanted to, make this even more beveled inside of this section here. And to do that, what you would do is pick up the top front surface, pick up the front, let's go the way around, let's try this way, there we go, pick up the front, click on it so it knows it's drawing on it, sketch a sort of ovally shape, and then we could extrude in it. I'll show you this on the next tutorial.